On EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Houston Texans and the Arizona Cardinals. Coming up next.
Now, from the Valley of the Sun, EA Sports welcomes you inside State Farm Stadium, just west of downtown Phoenix, Arizona. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, or should I say Dean Olson, because tight end you doesn't happen without you, and we've got a great matchup here. We've got two of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs competing for Super Bowls, have a legitimate #1 threat at the tight end position. It almost feels like if you don't have a tight end, your offense is missing a key piece. I know I'm biased, but at tight end man, we make no mistake about it. We think we are the most important position in football, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
Now an opening past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
You could certainly make the case, Mike, that he had one of the best rookie seasons by a quarterback in NFL history. Not so much just his personal play, but he has completely rejuvenated that Houston Texans locker room and that Houston Texans organization. It was incredible watching him as a rookie. Tell you what, though, I think he's even more capable here in his second year under center.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They'll run on first down with Mixon. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll send a tight end in motion. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to pick it up. He'll take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On first down, it's Stroud. That's complete. It's Tank Dell. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
He'll work forward only to about the 18. Second down and 8. They'll go right back to Mixon. He'll manage only about 3. so it will bring up third down. From the gun, here's Stroud. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
Fourth down, and on comes Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal. That one is good. And the Texans are out to an early 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Here comes DJ Dallas on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. And here is Kyler Murray, the #1 overall pick in 2019 to lead them.
I just love watching Kyler Murray play quarterback, Mike, because it just reminds you that they come in all shapes and sizes. I mean, to be this small, but this fast and have that much arm talent, you just don't see that combination very often, let alone in the NFL. But we are now more than a year removed from that knee injury. I think he's ready to prove that he was worth that #1 overall pick just a few seasons ago, and he considers himself one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL now that he's fully healthy again. Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. #1, the traditional handoffs. #2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. That's Henry To'oto'o on the tackle. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Off the play fake. Here's Murray. In trouble, and down he goes. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. So, on 4th down, it's Blake Gillikin to punt for Arizona. Robert Woods back to return for the Texans. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Texans offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a 1st down. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. A 2nd down throw for Stroud. A throw caught by Dell on the outside.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. A throw on the run is complete. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
A run here with Mixon. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. To throw, it's Stroud. He's got his man, complete to Dell.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that will be a bit of a letdown.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Mixon. He'll be taken down at about the 33-yard line. Kaiser White able to make the tackle. Here now, 3rd and 5. To throw is Stroud. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Jaime Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. This will be a 46-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Texans, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
DJ Dallas now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cards offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. The deficit, 6 points. So a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Off he goes. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today, Mike. They worked all week on containing this quarterback, but here we are. Early on in the game, a nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
On the handoff, it's Connor. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Murray. That'll be taken in by Connor. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Murray on 3rd down. And he puts his head down, and he picks up the 1st down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Murray. He'll look middle and finds McBride as tight end. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
On the ground, it's Connor. And he'll power it. Push the pile forward. It's a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, it's Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. That's to the right side, caught by McBride. 4 catches already in this opening quarter, off to a hot start as he picks up the 1st down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on 3rd down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was...
He is in. Greg Dortch. Touchdown, Cardinals.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Now the veteran Matt Prater for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Cardinals move out in front by a point. It's 7-6. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Texans offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Stroud to throw here on first down. Brought in by the tight end, Schultz. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angles so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
He's got his man. It's Diggs. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. The Cardinals have the early edge in this one. Greg and I back here in Glendale after this. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Stroud. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
To the left side and caught by Schultz. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll go play action with Stroud. He's going to keep it himself. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Now, Stroud. This one complete to Jordan. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
They'll run out of the gun with Mixon. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Throwing is Stroud. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
Converted twice on third down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a third time? And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. To return is Greg Dortch. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense and Kyler Murray set to take over once again. They'll come up here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop. On the zone read, given to Connor. And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
On 1st down, they'll stay on the ground with Connor. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Now, Murray on the bootleg.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
This is a give to Connor, running right. He'll work forward for a couple. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop. Second down, Murray. Now he'll run. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Texans have it. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Downfield, looked like he was gaining yards, but then loses control, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Early on, Mike, it looked like it was going to be a really good play by the quarterback, turning to his legs, getting some pretty good yardage with his feet, but then he failed to not only protect himself, but mostly protect the ball. Defense is able to put a hit on him, jar the ball loose, and now they'll take over after the big takeaway.
On 1st down, they'll start with Mixon. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. From the gun, here's Stroud. He'll get this over the middle to Diggs. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
A second down throw for Stroud. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
On first down, it's Stroud. Taking off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
On second down, Stroud. That's into the hands of Dell on the right side.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand. So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Here's 2nd and 2. You have a tight end motioning left here. They will work the middle with Mixon. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down. In motion now, it's Collins. On first down, they keep it on the ground, and they keep it with Mixon. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. Third and a yard. They'll try and run for this with Mixon. They're going to bring him down at the 21, but they're also going to move the chains after that run. First down picked up on the ground.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
On play action, Stroud. He's going to tuck it and go.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. To throw, it's Stroud. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for, and it'll be third down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. And he'll be out of bounds, but he has the first down inside the 10-yard line. It's first and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and third down conversions. Now after that last third down pickup, it's first and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
And that's a nice pickup, bringing it down to the 3. Second and goal. Again, it'll be Mixon. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Texans. It felt like they needed a touchdown, Greg, in the worst way after getting those early field goals to find the end zone. Big boost for this offense.
And it felt like they really needed it. As you said, Mike, to come away with 3 previous drives ending in field goals and not being able to cross it over the goal line for 6, it starts to wear on you as an offense. You start having a little doubt saying, hey, can we finish any of these drives? Now they finally do, and we can expect this to kind of start to roll throughout the rest of this game.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Dortch now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready for this next possession. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with first down. They'll run out of the gun, and this is Connor. And he'll manage to work this forward to the 37. Christian Harris there on the stop. Now a second down throw for Murray. And this one complete on the sideline. Good footwork to stay in bounds, but he is just shy of the first down, and that brings up fourth down.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face second down and 7. They'll go again here to Connor. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll have more from Glendale after this. Here's 3rd and 2. Working out of the gun, Murray. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and When executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They'll throw on first down with Murray. Got a man downfield. It's Wilson. And he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. It is a big gain for Arizona. 37 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Ball sitting on the 3. It is first down and goal. They'll run it here, and it's Connor. He'll get this forward, no signal. They're going to mark him down at the 1. The ball a little closer now. It is second and goal. Again, it'll be Connor. No signal, and we will not get one. He stopped short, and now it's third and goal. They'll try and run with Connor. And he will not get in. The defense stands their ground, pushes him back, and they force fourth down. The veteran Matt Prater now out to try this field goal. This about as short as you can get. Prater's kick is good. And the Cardinals are back within a score. They trail now by 6.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Here's Stroud. On the quick slant, they find Dell. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. To throw is Stroud. Over the middle, he's got the tight end Schultz. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Texans going to use the last of their timeouts here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Stroud to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points, but after that third down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
So on fourth down, on comes Tommy Townsend to punt for Houston. And on the return for the Cardinals, it's Greg Dortch. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So at halftime, it's the visitors, the Texans, out in front as we send you to Orlando. Going to check in with the coach, Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports halftime report.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half coming up. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll begin with 1st and 10. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll go right back to Connor. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Murray on 3rd down. He'll try to work the screen with Connor. He's going to have the first down, and that one good for 9, and the drive continues.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Connor. And a good one here on the ground across midfield. Let's give him 9 for the carry. Second and a yard. On play action, Murray. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. They get 20 on the connection. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that. This ball carrier just didn't want to go down, and this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting, but finally when they were able to get him on the ground, They were able to do it for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. On the handoff, it's Connor. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Murray. Taking off, and he will get into the end zone. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Arizona. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Prater's extra point is good, and the Cardinals have taken the lead by a point here in the 3rd. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. And let's give him about 4 on that one. Kaiser White able to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll go right back to Mixon. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. He's going to run it. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me, picks up a solid gain here on 1st down.
And in motion, it's Diggs. They'll go play action with Stroud. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a 1st down.
And this is what you like to see if you're the head coach. Not only does your quarterback know exactly where that 1st down marker is, he's able to pick up the 1st down, but then get himself on the ground. He avoids the big hit and picks up the 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down with Mixon. And he'll take this to about the 38-yard line. That's Zaven Collins on the stop. Second down and 8. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Now a deep ball here for Collins. That is caught. What a throw. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston. So they take the shot downfield, and it is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. What a big play that is, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike. And the key to a play like this is when the ball travels this far in the air, they teach you, don't look back, look up, because that's where the ball will be. And in this case, he was able to secure it and come away with a big touchdown.
Stroud comes to the line. The Texans going for 2. They'll look to throw. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. On the return, it's Dallas. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. From the gun, it's Murray. He'll tuck it and take off. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of a defense, and we saw it again here.
They'll run it on first down with Connor. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Now Connor. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Connor. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Out of the gun, and they'll run it with Connor. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
On third down, Murray. He'll try to run for it. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in, you think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up first and goal.
Five yards from the house. They've got it first and goal. Here's a run. Trying to create some space, but will not find much. He'll get a yard. They'll mark it at the 3. From a little closer, here's second and goal. Connor going to try to pull his way in. This defense backed up, but stepping up. No gain on the play. It stays at the 3.
Although I would have liked to have seen them throw the ball on one of the 2 prior downs, now after getting stopped twice, Mike, they haven't gained an inch on the ground. I think on third down, you have no choice but to put the ball in the hands of your quarterback and see if he can make a play through the air.
3rd and goal. Murray. And he's in. Trey McBride. Touchdown, Cardinals. Prater on to attempt the extra point. It's up and through. And the Cardinals will tie this game at 24. So back to level after the touchdown, in time for the kickoff. Here's Pierce for the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. There's Nico Collins and his Texans teammates getting set for their next possession. Both these offenses have been in form. Is the defense going to show up? Can anybody come up with a stop? All tied here in this 3rd quarter, and it's 1st and 10.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Mixon. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
They'll try and run for this with Mixon. That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it, and he does. 1st down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
Stroud to throw here on 1st down. And that'll be batted down and incomplete. Buda Baker with the coverage defensively, able to break that one up.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
A throw right side is intercepted. That's the linebacker, Kazir White.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. We'll take you back to earlier and some highlights in this one. He had success throwing it, but also success running it, including that rushing touchdown. He has been the unquestioned leader of this offense on the field today. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Murray with a give to Connor. And he'll be brought down right around the 40. That's Henry To'oto'o on the tackle. Second and 7. McBride is the motion man. They'll go again here to Connor. Yeah! A gain there of 10 yards. It's an Arizona 1st down.
Well, as you can see there, with this guy's size, you're just not going to be able to bring him down with arm tackles. You're going to have to get a lot of bodies to the ball, square him up, and be physical. Because if not, he's going to run through light contact, and he still has the speed to pick up big yards.
A throw on the move is caught. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. This is a give to Connor, running right. And he'll get this inside the 20. A nice run. They're in the red zone. It's 1st down. On the give, this is Connor. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go right back to Connor. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. To throw is Murray. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he is out of bounds. It's going to be 1st down, though. 1st and goal at the 2.
Well, a little unconventional play call here. You don't traditionally see the screen game used on 3rd down at these shorter down and distances. But in this case, they catch the defense off guard. They timed it up well, and the back is able to convert and pick up the 1st down.
2 yards from 6 points. It is 1st down and goal. Murray will throw. That is caught to the goal line and in. Tip Ryman. Touchdown, Arizona. Now Prater to tack on the extra point. His kick is good, and the Cardinals will go up by 7. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. This is fielded inside the 5. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Trying the right side. Take it in by Collins. Second down and 3. On the handoff, it's Mixon. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll come up here 1st and 10. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And a nice run there on first down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. On play action, Stroud. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. They try to sneak a deep ball in there to wrap up the quarter, but time has expired and the third has come to an end. Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On 3rd down, here's a run by Mixon. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. They'll run for it with Mixon. And he's going to have a Texans first down by a good couple of yards as they get 3 on 4th and inches.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. That's caught downfield by Diggs. They'll pick up 23 on that one. It's good for a Texans first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. From the gun, here's Stroud. And this one ruined quickly. Take him back to the 5-yard line.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Now a 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Tank Dell. Touchdown, Texans. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
Now a second down throw for Murray. That'll be taken in by Connor. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is third down. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Danielle Hunter, pass rusher extraordinaire, in action again.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
The Cardinals line up for a punt. Important punt here in this tie game late. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The Texans offense and their running back set to go once more. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And he'll pick up 2 out to the 27. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll go right back to Mixon. And he'll get close to the marker. A nice run, probably a yard short of that 1st down.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the 1st down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the 1st down, just not here.
Stroud. He's got his man, complete to Dell. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Now, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the 1st down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. He keeps it himself, and he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
That play had sack written all over it, so that's a great job by the quarterback, not only escaping the initial pressure, even though he doesn't gain a whole lot, he's able to pick up some positive yards for what looked like a disaster in the start.
Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. They get 14 on that hookup. 1st down for Houston.
You want to be a star in the NFL, Mike? These are the high-pressure moments that you can't shy away from. The greats, they embrace it. Tie ball game, 4th quarter. The game is on the line. Everyone in the stadium knows where that ball is going, and I can't blame him.
He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally, Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
A second down throw for Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
The crowd making their presence felt. This is third down. So now it's Kaimi Fairbairn in a pressure situation. This to take the lead here in the fourth. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
On the return, it's Dallas. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Murray. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. He'll look middle and finds McBride as tight end. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Gonna work Connor in the middle here. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Now a give running left. It's Connor. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
He finds his man. It's Dortch. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line.
Big-time play there as they try to cut into this fourth quarter deficit. At this point in the game, Mike, remember, you're just going to get a couple more possessions, so you have to make the most of them, especially with the lead being this close for the taking.
What a moment in this game. A touchdown would give them the late lead. It is 1st down and goal. They'll run it here, and it's Connor. Good blocking, and he's in. James Conner. Touchdown, Cardinals. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Prater on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good. and the Cardinals have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The visitors' offense getting set to get back to work. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stroud. Open man downfield. It's Nico Collins. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
First and 10. Stroud to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. A give, running right. It's Connor. The defense stringing him out. No gain, back to the original line of scrimmage.
Well, that 2nd down play call is not real fancy, but at this point, Mike, they're in a battle with the clock. How much time can they run off and try to protect this lead? But now it brings up a pretty interesting 3rd down. Can they keep the ball and finish this thing on offense, or are they going to have to punt it away and have their defense finish the game?
And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a 1st down to boot.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. 2nd and a yard. On the handoff, it's Connor. Room to run past midfield. A big gain. They finally get him down, but hold everything. There is a flag on the field. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Power run inside. Here's Connor. And a short pickup, too. About the 42-yard line. Whistles here and a timeout. Defense going to take this one with 1:51 to go. Second down and 8. On the ground, it's Connor. And he'll pick his way forward. A gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. Now Murray keeping it himself. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. A couple of 3rd down conversions already on this drive. This one tougher. This is 3rd and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for the Cardinals. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win here in the desert for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.